All right, a new recording has begun. We're back, even though we never left, with RimWorld Biotech. Gotta get those keywords in there again. RimWorld Biotech. Biotech RimWorld. We're back with a new DLC. Full playthrough. Playthrough late game. Mechanitor. No, I'll stop. All right, so the question was, why don't I have turrets in here? So I'll talk about turrets in a couple ways. So a turret, you can think of it as a level 12 shooter with a short bow. That's what it is. It's basically the same damage output, the DPS, as a level 12 shooter with a short bow that can't move, and it eats electricity instead, which isn't too bad, right? Isn't too bad. Oh, RimWorld, sorry. Hi, Mom. So that's not too bad, but it does have other downsides. So here's a few of them, and the reason why specifically I'm not using them in here. One, I want to make sappers go into this box. What game are we playing? It's RimWorld Biotech, I think. I want to make sappers go here. So sappers will try to avoid line of sight on turrets. So what I have line of sight on all these turrets aside from here. I have a path where turrets do not shoot through here. So when sappers spawn, sapper AI is going to try to make them go through here, which is very good for me because this is already my kill setup. So if I put powered turrets in here, then that undoes that. And suddenly sappers just come in wherever the crap they want, and then I have to line up and kill sappers the old-fashioned way. So that's the first reason. Having those around makes it so sappers are going where I want them to. So the second big reason for me not putting them in here in this run is turrets, powered turrets specifically, screw with pathing and collision. So you might have seen before where raiders will come in and they will try to run over the top of you instead of stopping and shooting. So one of the things that they can do is, if you have a lot of turrets in here, and it's fine if you kill them fast enough, but if you don't, you'll sometimes get an issue where raiders will try to get behind you to take cover to shoot at the turrets, which can be a problem, right? Because if you have like 100 raiders coming through your box or something and you can't kill them fast enough, they're pirates, and they start just literally running over the top and ignoring melee collision to get into position to shoot the turret from cover, then you can completely lose the game. So if you haven't seen that happen before, it's a real friggin' pain. I can tell you which episode to see it in. If you go watch the very last episode of my good guy run on YouTube, you'll see it in action, and it exactly happens like that. I'm using turrets. Pirates come during the ship launch. They try to get into cover back here to shoot at the turrets. They ignore melee collision, run over the top of us, melee lock us all. People say I don't put losses up on YouTube. Check out the good guy run. Anyway, so that's the reasons I'm not using those two. I heard this game's like Overwatch 2, Vampire Slayer, Minecraft. It is, yeah. What are some other keywords we can use? Valheim's getting big again. Let's talk about Valheim. Fortnite, no. Someone said the collision stuff was wrong. We asked them for an example. The example, collision wasn't working. Their save file for an hour. Figured out why it didn't work for them. Didn't work for others. Oh, I kind of forgot about that, yeah. My pawns are feeling a Call of Duty. Google, Facebook, Metaverse. Can you do a rundown of what mechs you have in each control group? So I have all my attack mechs in a single control group on dormant self-charge, so they recharge on their own at 1% per day. And they have all my worker mechs just in their second control group just set to work. That's it. Crap. I actually didn't want to do that. What happens if we just stop it? That story was how we figured out how power turret thing... Yeah. Turrets have to be powered to deter sappers. I don't know if that's been changed. The one reason I always leave them powered is for drop pod raids as well, so it works for both, but yeah. All right. No, I didn't thank you. I did see it, but I was answering the question, so. All right, Oves, you can summon the devil. Exclamation quote, and we'll see. We'll see. See what you get. You gotta type exclamation quotes. Oh, did it get put back there? So the reason why is right now, which is kind of annoying, when a mech is remade, so when you resurrect a mech specifically, they just go into control group 1 instead of going back to the control group they were previously. So what ends up happening, and combat mechs die more often, so I just changed it to combat as 1, so the combat mechs go right back into 1. But it's kind of annoying. I hope that they just go back into their previously assigned group when you res them, but so far that's not the case. But yeah, that's why. Good catch, because I didn't notice. It's an experience space. Oh, you already used quote? Sorry, yeah, it got buried. It was 1624. Let me scroll back up and see if I can find. There it is. It's like my dear old devil used to say. That's not how you preface that.
Death is a hallway. We opened the first door, but we did not open the second.
Wow, that's actually kind of weirdly profound. Thank you for saving up points for that, Oves. Try out the new foam turret. No, I have not. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't seem like dormant mechs count for bait at the moment. Yeah. Unfortunately. Not sure where I want to put all these. Putting some in there in case we use that again. Don't know that we will, but for kill boxes, this is just a very standard one, the one I just went over on the side here. So it's literally just 13 wide before I start curving. It's 28 long because it's just my preference for assault rifles. It's really good accuracy at that range for them. Everyone can hit when they come through, and if we have so much damage output that we rip the wall down, we still have a few tiles of range to work with there. We have a trap tunnel leading up there with a burn area. This is just the very old one, the one we used at the very beginning of the game. It's just 13 wide, but back then we didn't have enough colonists to shoot from all the spaces, so I just ended it there. But it's just an old setup. The reason I still have it is just for backup. If this one gets destroyed during ship launch, you know, at least we have a backup. And that's pretty much it aside from the singularity box, which I only built because people were telling me it no longer worked in 1.4. So I built it to show them that it is still working just fine and that it even works against mech bosses. This is overpowered. I have a guide about this one at exclamation kill box if you want to watch that specifically. It's my favorite RimWorld animal. I still have to say elephant overall, I guess. Just because the melee only run. Elephants are pretty awesome. They're very dirty, but I really love it. I love elephants. Thrombos is too easy of an answer. After this one, I'm going to do either a high genetics run or a solo Mechanitor to end game run. One of those two, I think. Is there a link for the video somewhere? Of which one, Knight? Exclamation melee for the melee run. Exclamation kill box for the singularity kill box setup. Look about this version. With storage too much space. Feeling better. Yeah, I had to take medicine a couple times today, but it's keeping me from like coughing on you guys. That's my only concern about this solo Mechanitor, is that it might be too slow of a watch. Yeah. Although this one's been kind of slow too, honestly, so. Let's see.
$5, Buster.
Gone foul. Foul. Thank you for the 500 bits. Thank you, Foul. I appreciate it. Welcome in. What percentage did I set my mechs? I set them at like 40% right now. So for anyone that doesn't know, there's a couple places you can do this. So if you click on, well, first off, let me show you here. If you click on the power button on your mech group. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay, that's still fine. Okay, yeah, right. I switched the groups. So I have it at 40%. I don't know which is best at the moment, but 40% seems to have worked pretty well so far for me. 50 squirrel size Diabolus, or 1 Diabolus size squirrel. 1 Diabolus size squirrel.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Yes, 1 Diabolus size squirrel, please. Okay, we're gonna do until we have X. Just keep them. I set it at 40%, so it depends on what you want, but I was having mechs at the default 5%. Just, you know, falling over places, even like the edge of the base and stuff, and can't imagine like the mining mech having them fall over in the middle of nowhere, so 40% felt pretty good so far. Children are OP. Tiny wants us to have more of them in real life. I'm good. I'm good. My 1 is plenty for me. Sorry, Tynan. See that killbox video? Yeah, so that link, you already found it, but it's actually in killbox. It gets you the link directly to it. Okay. Masterwork statue. Where'd it go? Set up for the kill box you are currently using. This one, it's, so I was just explaining it quite a bit, but it's 13 wide until it starts curving, 28 in length. So the core of it is 13 by 28, and then I just curve from there. A 5 Mechanitor run, that would be really crazy. Takes too long to raise them. They only have to get to 13. And they get 1 year every quadrum. 13 quadrums doesn't seem too bad. We have 4 right now. 4 Mechanitor. All right. Just waiting on advanced components to get done. I kind of want to call in some more like oh crap, just remembered. 5 components. I don't even think I want to come down here after them, honestly. Experiment doing well. Yeah, experience pretty awesome, man. Spearmint, level 20 burning passion shooting, trigger happy, tough, fast learner, fast walker, psycaster, vampire. He seems in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. I enjoying the new DLC? Yeah, I am. We need to harvest a lung there. Playing in a way that uses a lot of it yet. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, this one I wanted to touch on like all the newly added things at least a little bit. Biotech added any extra uses for the Persona Core? I don't think so, no. Initial pawns that don't have adulthood events in their bio, if they will eventually get one, they do not, no. If you have a pawn from like pawn creation or whatever, and they don't have an adult backstory, they will never have an adult backstory. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting on advanced components. Do we need some uranium, I guess? We also need some uranium, okay. I know there was some really close. There's some down there. That's close enough. I was gonna hit some of the steel too, though. Here. Okay. Plan to launch ship today. I won't have time today, no. We'll probably try to launch it tomorrow, though. Or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is
It would be pretty cool if there was a way to
appreciated.
upgrade mechs further, the ones that you make, you know? It might be overpowered that way, but yeah, like imagine you already have a Diabolus or something, and you use a Persona Core plus some plasteel and or whatever in gold, and you make it stronger, tankier. What's the youngest age to get an adult backstory? I don't remember. Is it 18? I think it's 18. Zan, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you, Zan. Smallest for the 2 months. Children OP. Children are very, very strong, yeah. All the children that we've raised have turned into god pawns. It is 18. Thank you. Children are pretty strong. Okay. There we go. First time catching you live. Thank you. Thank you for coming in to Firespark. Thank you for watching over there. I appreciate it too. Lots more coming to YouTube. In fact, I'm in the process of hiring an editor, so there will be even more coming to YouTube as long as I can actually get an editor hired, which is... Yoshi survived all this time. Yeah, I know, as a sacrifice pawn. We don't even need him anymore, but he's just like... He's actually pretty good, but I feel bad naming him after all this time. You think it's worth starting with one pawn as a child? I don't know, yeah. I know you can do starts now like that, but... I don't know. It'd be pretty rough going. They did, in the hotfix this morning, make it so children can do more tasks sooner in life, so... Yoshi's 82, yeah. He's been with us for like 5 years or something as well. 4 years? Oh, I still didn't test that thing. Let's do a ritual here. The mule has survived. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We even stopped caravanning. I might start up caravans again here in just a moment so that we can go get advanced components faster. Probably should. Do you kids contribute fewer raid points than adults? Yes. Yes, they do. Wow, we got to join. Okay. And it's pretty linear with kids as they age as well. Jet, a jogger with good shooting. And good crafting. Well, Jet, I was going to sacrifice you, but I guess you can join the colony. I guess if you're going to be awesome, you could join the colony. All right, Jet. Rumor has it I married. No, she doesn't. She doesn't want to do the video. She doesn't know anything about video editing. We talked about it a little bit. If she wanted to like learn it and stuff, but a lot of it because of medical reasons, she's going to decline on that one. Pineapple, 53 months. It's a long time, Pineapple. Long time, Pineapple. Pineapple, I have a question. I meant to ask you a while back about Ragnarok. Are you going to play through Ragnarok yourself before you watch me play through it, even if I were to do it on release? Or have you not made a decision? Thank you again, Pineapple. Just be awesome and you won't be sacrificed. We don't ask for much. That's right. That's right. Justin. Get you a gun. There we go. What is the range clothing restrictions I have? So I have that one set for 51% or better so that they don't ever have the tatter debuff if they're set for that. Normal or better so they're not wearing crappy gear. I have them to wear whatever the best armor is they have access to. They can wear any utility other than a shield belt because shield belt stops them from being able to fire. And then I have the exact clothes I want set up, which is button down, duster, and pants. Text now, so be watching you die to Valkyries for an entire stream. I hope they're back. All of his stats are actually 0. He's just a fraud. I wonder if these stack. I don't know. Mech booster, move speed 115, global work speed 150. I highly doubt it, but let's just test. Why not? Jinning, we're just going to try to launch a ship, and if we fail at it, that's fine too. Feels weird for you not planning a big Halloween event. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Good weird though. Yeah, it doesn't stack. Okay. Doesn't stack. It was the second best night of the year for money at the club. It's interesting. Rivers lives on. Yeah, the story of Rivers is really nuts too. Small altar without the no beds or workspaces? No. No, that one's always going to be on there. I guess we need to find a location of Persona core, speaking of. We've had a couple opportunities to get one, but could make a war queen while we're building the ship. I'm just worried about it. I mean, about it eating up more resources. I suppose we could if I destroy some of the scythers. I don't want to make the other things for more bandwidth. Well, I mean, I can make these for bandwidth. They don't. Yeah, they're next to nothing. How much more bandwidth do we need? So we have 1 free bandwidth. They're 5 bandwidth. So shouldn't be a big deal, I guess. We'll spread them around so they don't all get destroyed if something happens. Actually, here's a pretty good place. I know, it's kind of crazy. Lester, man, that feels so long ago. Lester and Experiment and Blood 1 and Blood 2. Good times. I can't believe Blood 1 became the leader. That's Mystro there. That's another crazy story about this. We had a prisoner named Lester locked up in a closet with 2 3-year-old children. They all 3 just fought all the time. Blood 2 got decapitated. One of the other prisoners decapitated Blood 2, but Blood 1 survived. And on their 7th birthday, they got sanguine, and we were like, he's gonna be a leader someday. And so now they're our disfigured leader because they're just sanguine. Just because they were sanguine. Excellent. Excellent. There is no end game for this DLC, unfortunately. I really hope they add one. It's not outside possibility that they would add it as a patch. When Royalty came out, 1.2 came out afterwards, which added a lot more to Royalty. Can hope for something like that, but right now there's not. Why not give them a wooden hand? We could give them a bionic. We literally have bionic arms right here. Ah, they don't need it. If blood died. Remember Mo, Lester. Did I personally disfigure them? No, they were being beaten in prison as a 3-year-olds, and the other prisoner ripped all those body parts off of them. They have a sad story. Sad story indeed. In my prison, yes. In my child prison. There we go. Let's make a war queen while we're building the ship. One of those kids had their wound tended like 50 times. How many Mechanitors can you have? I don't think there's a hard limit. Man, that's a lot of materials. It is going to eat up 3 advanced components, unfortunately. A daze? Oh, for having their blood taken. So let's do Arc. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Knocking the children down every time. Oh yeah, that was so. At one point, Lester and the 2 children named Blood 1 and Blood 2 were the only ones in the prison, and Lester had like Berserk breakdown, or no, it wasn't even that one. It was the one where they like beat up other prisoners. Not Berserk, but the sadistic rage, right? And so Lester punches one child down, punches the other down. But because the children fell so easily, they almost immediately were able to just get back up. Like the level of the bruise or whatever healed enough very quickly. And so these 3-year-old children were just getting up, and Lester's just punching them down over and over again. It's like, oh my god, it was a bloodbath. The early game of this run was not a kind one to any children, that's for sure. It was just nuts. There were so many bad things happening. Let's go on to Fat Crew. Haven't done this in a minute. What you doing, Too Fat Crew? Can you do robots that do mining and crafting? Yes. Here is the fabricator robot. So the fabricator can do crafting jobs. There is a mining robot, but the mining robot cannot use a deep drill. Hey! Baby vampire, growth moments. There's 7. Cooking, sure. We didn't treat baby vampire very good. This is the child that we treated the worst recently. Oh yeah, there you go. I thought that might be what we were talking about. Too Fat Crew. We don't have a lot of food or meat delivery. I'll just make him kind. How do you get a baby vampire? Well, this baby was dying from a grave illness, so we had a vampire bite it. So a vampire can turn someone else into a vampire about every 2 years. They're a young drug user too, yeah. All right, this is good enough, I suppose. Highlight messages. I don't even know how much the highlight thing costs in channel points. Slaw pawns. It's a fair bit. 4 of them are children, so we really only have 21. I usually have around 25. 100? Okay. That's very cheap. Alright. The pig people are here to trade. Thank you, Too Fat Crew. Primate, thank you for the 7 months, by the way. Base is looking good. 35 components, that'll help. Take your barrels. Okay. Butters. Yeah, that was pretty awesome, yeah. I like seeing Butters get shot by 3 Diablos at the same time. It's pretty cool. New carpet color options. Yeah, there's so many. So many. Almost forget. Almost forgot. Almost forget, yeah. That's how English. That's the way English. This is very important. Very important. Win the English. They could have added in the game, honestly. Yeah, but the next run I want to do very themed as well, so I'm going to build a little bit different just to build a little bit different next time, I think. Man, that thing has been building that forever. Wish Tinctoria had higher harvest yield. I think it should now that we can paint. Yeah, it made sense when, you know, just for like dyeing armor and stuff, which you didn't do very much of. Very pretty base. No one's mentioned that still from this morning that we were talking about with the road. I've been waiting. Waiting. Of course, the camera's not over it very much. Yeah, I'm building this ship at the moment. Yeah, I'll probably just go with that. Blood, blood, blood. And then we'll start a really themed, more real run, I guess. All we need is blood. Blood is all we need. That's right. That is correct. Vince, so you only ever get the one? No, you can. I've had like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, you can have more. Definitely have more than one of the single phase events. Yep. Boy, that thing is taking a long time to build that. It's taking quite some time. Very aerodynamic. Very. Ragnarok unreleased to avoid spoilers. I want to. I don't know, man. I want to, yeah. If I do, it'll be in the evening and it'll only be like 2 or 3 hours a night. Because November, I probably shouldn't have, but I couldn't pass it up, the deal that Twitch was giving me. But in November, I'm going to have to stream almost 200 hours, and so I'm going to have to be doing extra streams, and so I might fill some of those extra hours with Ragnarok. If I do, it'll be in the evening, like I said, for like just 2 or 3 hours at a time, but like every evening. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna see. Where does it list all the robots you have? There's a mech list at the bottom, man. What's Ragnarok? It's the new God of War game. I've been looking forward to. What you gotta do to get the bag? For the family. Boy. Might as well be streaming anyway. Yeah, I'm just worried that I'm not going to be playing very well. Because, I don't know what it is. My wife and I were talking about it too. I don't want to get into it very much on stream again, as you know, and you know why. Medical stuff has started acting up. And I'm not just talking about the sick stuff. It started acting up the last, like, week and a half or so. Again, it almost seems like, yeah, I don't know what it is. But anyway, neurology thing is in the future. They'll scan my brain and maybe they'll figure something out. It's like 7 hours a day, every single day of the month. Yeah. But again, well, it never fixed. Yeah, it's been like this. It's been like this now for over a year. But let's look at our scanner these days. I want to see this. We've been. Oh my god. Linen, first time at the stream, but thank you for watching on YouTube. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best to get a lot more YouTube stuff over there, so thank you for watching over there. It's going great. Thank you for the lurk. A Jackson Pollock painting. It's what in America? How many deep drill sites is that? I don't know, man. That's a lot. We've been deep drilling for like scanning for 5 years, and we have 6 scanners. So I think we got enough materials. You just gotta get it out of the ground. Wasn't that like a commercial? What channel was that Gold Rush show on? I don't remember. You're all millionaires. You just got to get it out of the ground. I remember that I don't know why I remember that so well. What's going on, Pop? Welcome in. There's gold in them there hills. Was it Discovery? The autocannon or the uranium slug turret? No, I don't really like them too much. They can be useful, especially on other difficulties, but I don't like them too much. They're okay. Discovery. I remember I used to watch that. Yeah. I used to listen to it while I was doing work. Gold Rush ship on Discovery. Odd show, fun game. Love hearing the swamp sound. Building a ship. Building a ship. I guess we should find the location of the Persona Core, but I need a lot of advanced components right now. Maybe we don't have a ton of money. What? How did you survive? We don't have a ton of money either. I do have excess rice though. All right. So we're gonna go into schedule and we're going to unrestrict Yoshi. I'm gonna go into wildlife and we are going to grab donkey, some donkeys, some yaks. Can long range scanner find them? Can long range scanner find, or they can find components, and you can set them to find components, but not long or not advanced components. We just have to make them or trade for them right now. Oh, Persona Core, no. Persona Core, you have to pay. There's a couple ways. You can get a Persona Core from a quest. That's one of the big ones, or you can pay 1,500 silver to an allied faction, and they'll tell you where one is, and then you go fight and get it. Donkey. That's right. How many growth tiers? I think it's 8, isn't it? Is it 8 or is it 7 now? I don't know. They've changed so many things. They also reduced another baby thing by 25% in the most recent hotfix. It's hard to keep track with it right now, but I think, is it still 8? Is it 7 now? I'm gonna go with 7 or 8. Can you mine advanced components? You cannot, no. Advanced components are a manufactured resource that you have to either make or trade for. Yeah, I guess we'll be going out after some pretty soon. So we got his lung back, so chickens takes about 4 days to gather them all. Yeah, that really does suck, especially if you only have one person doing it. How many growth tiers do babies usually have? Ask a friend. Next time you see one of your friends that has a newborn child or something. Also, don't forget to ask them what the percent quality of the childbirth was. I remember that after we first had someone give birth on here, and it was like 84%. Hey, I heard you just had a baby. Yeah. But it was only like 84% quality. The crap are you talking about? 84% quality. The room was a little bit dirty. We didn't have all of our friends and family there. There was only 16 people from our commune instead of 20. I took off another 4%. It's all right, I guess. How long have they been sleeping? I don't know, a year or two. A year or two. Remember to start doing that. That might be too close. Oh well. Nah, the turrets are there. Okay, we're good. Thanks, turrets. Thank you for your sacrifice. Might as well start over that one. He got the wimp flick trait. We're gonna use him for a blood farm. You thought that was you getting an infestation on headphones? Oh, yeah, I can see that. We're going to do a mountain base probably after the next run, and I'm, you know, they're going to be much worse than that. So. It's just the only run. Ugh. The Game of Thrones run. Depends on your insurance. It depends on a lot of things. We didn't pay anything when my daughter was born. It also depends a lot on state. So, the United States is so large, it can even depend on counties, or well, laws and things can depend on counties. But anyway, a lot of people, especially outside the country, don't really think about how it's like 50 countries, right? That's basically it. Each state is almost like sort of their own country in a lot of ways, but. Yeah, it really depends on the state and the insurance and a lot of other things, but okay. I wouldn't mind getting another miner. I don't mean another baby. No one have more babies, please. Let's go ahead and do the rest of these. That would help us get the rest of this. That affects the score. A legless vampire baby run win and just rolls around. Dude, Adam just Eve up. Oh man, that sucks, Reaper. You had a dug too deep infestation and your main shooter got scars on both eyes. Yeah, that sucks. That's a rough one. Luciferium, drill arm, vampire babies. Adam and Dong, Adam and Dong. If we do the solo Mechanitor run, we'll name one of the mechs Dong. So I was thinking about that too. When we do try the solo Mechanitor run all the way to credits, I'll use the naming queue for the robots, I suppose. Can you still perform a long jump if you have no legs? No, I don't think so. Wow, another one, jeez. You don't have any marble on your map? How can you get some? I wouldn't worry about it if you don't already have it on your map. Like, honestly, I would... Why is everything turned off? Very little... What? Are you talking about why there's no lights? Or why the mechs are off? Anyway, I'll get to that. I wouldn't worry about going and getting marble truck, honestly, unless you, like, just relocate. Yes, it does have a beauty modifier, but marble chunks are so heavy that going off and mining it and bringing it back is not really feasible. I would just use whatever's on your map. It should be fine. You might end up having to make a couple extra sculptures or slightly better flooring or something to get the same, but it's really not that big of a deal. if you didn't start with it. But if you want, you can go settle a different map and haul it there, or settle a temporary map, haul it there. But they're, you know, chunks are heavy. So why is everything turned off? So we have the darkness meme and precept, so we get extra accuracy in the dark. So I don't want any light anywhere. But if we need extra mood, I can turn on the dark lamps to get a +4 everywhere if I need to. Also, the lamps are just still there from back when we weren't darkness. Combat mechs are off because I'm not in combat at the moment, so I just have them off and charging. All right, let's see what we got here. A little kid named Drake, psychically dull, 12-year-old child. Okay. I didn't want another child. I didn't want one. Just name him Dull. I can give him a frag grenade. No. Could though. Quick sleeper, chemical instruments. Oh man, oh man. I need a. She can mine. She can mine. All right. Larissa, what is your name? Adam and Dill. JoVember. JoVember. Joe, I think this is your first time in. Congratulations, condolences, etc. You know the drill. You know the drill. You're the miner. Get it? I need to go to bed. I'll see you guys next week. No. I'll be here tomorrow. All right. JoVember. I'm just gonna go ahead and set them all. Joe. Over 1,000 hours into it, and you still find yourself going back, enjoying runs. Yeah, definitely. Oh, War Queen's almost. Almost ready to go. Wait, how many more cycles for the War Queen? 9! Maybe she'll be done by the time the ship's done. Alright, I'm going to pay for the location of a Persona Core. Thinking, is it better to smooth floors or make granite tile? If you're under mountain or whatever, you might as well just smooth it. It depends again though, but I usually prefer just smoothing it. Yeah. We should be fine. What helmet are we wearing? We are wearing the new Mech Lord helmet with a Mech Lord suit. All right, let's see where this is located. What this is located. Hopefully it's in the darkness ring, or else we basically won't be able to go do it. 9 enemies. Oh man. Do I still plant rice in normal soil if you don't have rich? In normal soil, sometimes I do, but it's not really good practice. In normal soil, you're probably better off going mainly potatoes, maybe some corn, but it's still fine to do. You can still do 20 tiles. In normal soil, it's going to be about 20 tiles of whichever the 3 crops. So it depends on what you value more. I have a link to the, let's see, exclamation food, but it just depends. Yeah, it just depends. As always, that's the answer. It depends. Now there's a kind of cut and dry answer when you come to like stony soil, but for normal soil, it just depends. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. But there's a link that goes to a timestamp where I talk about it in a lot of detail here recently. They won't have a debuff. I'm thinking about just leaving the Mechanitor here. Actually. Taking everyone else. Oh, you mean because the mechs won't have the debuff? I got you. The light debuff. I can try to hit it at night. Like, if we go into it right as we get to nighttime, then it won't be a big deal. So I might do that. Unfortunately, we just ate most of our pemmican. Wouldn't mind a big humanoid raid to get our pemmican back up before we go. You've been staying on rice till perimeter walls. Infants love to burn crops too. Yeah, so my things with rice is that it's very safe to events because you can just remake rice so quickly. So try hitting it at night. That didn't quite come out correctly, I guess. Solo mechs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the mechs can, how much of it they can handle. I want to try. I might just do that in like developer mode and see like what 11 mechs man the singularity the best. So Minotaur got nerfed in a double nerfed actually. Minotaur got double nerfed in a hotfix this morning. Minotaur now take longer to shoot and they deal less damage. Which is kind of unfortunate. I liked the Minotaur. I mean, I still do, but they're already getting down so quickly. I didn't think they needed nerfed, but especially not the double nerf. Our stopping power is really good. Maybe that's why they got hit, but the hotfix patch notes, you can go to my Discord and go to the RimWorld channel, or I think they posted on the developer RimWorld channel. You can also just look at Steam updates. Behind cover, behind cover, of course, yeah. But pollution, I think pollution needs changed anyway. I think pollution should have a bigger downside for dumping it on faraway enemy bases. If faraway enemies did something to you when you dumped it on there, like maybe it triggers a raid, or maybe there's like a raid meter, and if you keep doing that, they'll raid you or something. Or maybe they'll just dump it back or drop pod it to you or something like that. I don't know. But it seems right now that waste when you get to drop pods is a little bit too easy to just get rid of. There's very little downside once you get to the ability to just drop pod it everywhere. Dummy back would be nice. What mech options would there be for shooters? Minotaur, Lancers, Pikemen, Centipedes. Yeah. They should invade with toxic rats, something, yeah. Making pollution someone else's problem is the most realistic thing ever in the world, though. Constructoids shooting you. Can. They can all shoot aside from the Scythers, yeah, but some of them are going to have a lot more forced miss. Obviously, you're not going to want the beam one in there or anything, or like the Diabolus or something, but... I wish I didn't get rid of all that leather just a minute ago, but you can disable, yeah, you can disable the Diabolus thing, but then the Diabolus would just have that little cannon that just shoots every now and then. You would use the corner cheese with 100 Scythers for that run. I think with 100 Scythers, you probably wouldn't even need that. What's the pollution level on the tile we keep dumping on? It's at 100%. It's at 100%. Let's see. Uranium, plasteel, okay. Oh, no, I haven't, so I might send one of these auto joins that we don't want down there. Genes regrowing in only 5 more days. All right. I think we're gonna go get that. Man, do I want to make at least bedrolls before we go? We have a bit of pemmican now. It's not. How far away is it? Let's see. It's 1 day there, 1 day back. We don't have fire escape. I mean, I can mine so much steel that we could literally just drop everyone there and then go back, and it would only take 1 day. And then that would also ensure that we arrive at night. Take less food that way. Maybe I'll do that. How many drop pods to carry this many people? I don't know. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. We're actually getting low on steel too. We'd only be gone 1 day instead of 2, which is way less risky. Why do it? Might do it. Shadow Hulk. You have intercepted a distress signal. A hostile shuttle carrying a single-phase master and 5 thralls is having trouble with its engines. You can use signals to draw it to your colonist or colony. Once the ship has crashed, you can fight the single phase and her minions. If you can capture the master, you can force her to turn one of your colonists into a single phase. Already have enough vampires. It's gonna be welcome in. How many babies fit a drop pod in? Depends on the baby. Drop pods are 150 kilo. Basically fit like 2 colonists per. 2 colonists per, and let's say we send 22 people. Oh man. Babies and drop pods. Is this Dragon Ball? What time am I done today? Let me see. In about an hour, unless you need me to get off here sooner. How do I manage this schedule? I should do another biphasic secondary schedule, but right now I just have everyone on the same biphasic schedule. If you're curious about the full guide on scheduling that I have, or about biphasic specifically, you can type !SCH in the chat and you'll get that. To get a human raid to kidnap them and leave you alone? That's a good question. It's a really good question. How do you compress the items up here? In the bottom right of your screen, there's an icon that says categorize mode.
We all face problems.
You just turn on or off categorize mode in the bottom right. No mod needed. Joe, thank you for continuing your sub. Much appreciated. Joe's like, it has nothing to do with you putting me in the game. Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's hold off on these. I think that's part of what's keeping us. All right. Some Lucerium, you're being offered 52 for a 14-day toxic fallout. And you live under a mountain. That sounds right. That sounds right. My wife is summoning Granny. All right, Granny, what words do you have? Words of advice before we go off on this raid to get the item we need.
Well, I'm not in space. That's not supposed to be trains.
I think she's saying it's gonna be a hard journey because we can't take a train. I don't know. C14 plus chem fuel power generators. Colony is starting to need more power. So at the moment, I should probably turn it up some. At the moment, I'm still just making chem fuel from organic. Keep 100. So Didn't realize you're in the game. You literally just joined. Yeah, you're like the newest pawn. How's your pawn? There you go. Shooting, mining, quick sleeper. Granny's off her meds again. Yeah, I just have mine to produce till I have 100, so I have a little bit of extra laying around. Chem fuel generators are actually very efficient, though, so you don't actually need a lot just on hand all the time, especially once they all start going and start refilling here and there and whatever, but... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to risk the entire run off on a freaking caravan. It's like, it hasn't stopped you before. I know. How many miners do we have now? Those aren't, so this isn't a carpet. So the way I did this is I went in and I hit floor, paint floor. I hit like a random color, and then I literally just move my mouse around while just clicking randomly. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a random hodgepodge of colored paints. You can do the same with carpets, but I did it with paint. Yes, boomalope are extremely efficient. I like doing that in a lot of my playthroughs, and this one I planned on paving over everything, so I didn't. But a single boomalope, if you milk it every time that it's ready, will produce enough chem fuel to keep 2.4, I think it's 2.4 chem fuel generators going forever. Boomalope are extremely efficient. So absolutely. Yeah, I actually did that in a run not too long ago to show like just how strong it is. But yeah, one boomalope, let's just say every boomalope, you can have 2 chem fuel generators and you'll have extra chem fuel left over. They are very, very efficient. So super, super good. Until they blow up your entire base. Yeah. Yeah, boomalope are really good. Really good. Hey, we ate through all the pemmican. Air fire boomalopes. They're good for the chem fuel, that's for sure. Man, these mechs are slow. Keep them in a bulletproof bin. Fireproof as well. Yeah. You have a climate adjuster that's beneficial for you. Is there any reason to destroy it? No, I always leave them. So unless you just don't want the extra ease on your game, but we recently did like a what kind of map was that? Anyway, we did a map with like a 20-day winter, and I got an on-map climate adjuster increasing 10 and an off-map increasing 10. So boomalopes, yes, boomalope explode no matter how they die, even if you slaughter. Even if you set up a slaughtering thing and they go, your pawns go and do the melee slaughter thing, they still explode. No matter how they explode, or no matter how they die, they still explode, unfortunately. All right, we just gotta wait for that chem fuel to get done. Does it affect wealth? No, no. The mech temperature control building does not impact your wealth, no. No matter how they explode, they still die as well, yeah. You didn't have to correct yourself. No worries, Bill. I know what you're reading. I know what you're meaning. Oh my god, we can finally recruit this guy. I don't even know if I want him at this stage. Feels like I have to take him, though, after all of this. What's the blue generator next to the drop pods? We're at
Welcome back.
these, or
Your steadfast loyalty is
These?
greatly appreciated.
these are the chem fuel generators that we're talking about. Yeah, these are the chem fuel generators. Saying it doesn't list as well. They were asking if an active mech cluster problem causer causes wealth. Like, I think that's what they were asking. Like a temperature control device on your map causes wealth. No, it's still owned by the mechs until it's destroyed. Cats, 14 months. Thank you, Cats. Thank you for the resub. 14 months, almost a full calendar year, I've heard. Oh, and the light. Yeah, the light itself is from the chem fuel. So the chem fuel generator causes a little bit of light, which will actually even kill Nutrifungus if it's next to it. All right, we're almost ready to go. Man, I can't believe we went through all that steel again. We still haven't had a human raid today. It's really, really insane. Is there a way to choose what food you give to your prisoners? Oh, you mean like the health thing? Yeah. So you go in here, same area, but instead of clicking default, you just change it just like you would with the colonist, and you can set this up as its own thing in the assignment. So you can make your own. You can have like a prisoner specific one or whatever. But yeah, you just go in here and you click on food restriction and you change it to whatever you want. I like how insect meat is one. Literally only feed the prisoners insect meat. How is it a single phase runs out of Himogen? They can't use their skills, and they also get a massive mood debuff. Those are the big ones. So they get debuffs and they can't use their skills. What does the big bulb do? That increases mech movement speed and work speed in the area. So mechs going through that area work and move more quickly. How long on this? Because I want him to go with them. Actually going relatively fast, so. Do they stack? No, I tested earlier. They don't stack. They don't stack, unfortunately. That's by this game, the station. Said you bought a new Steam account. All for 12. Hopefully it wasn't a stolen account or something. Then it'll just be gone. It's, yeah, I know. How you can build a ship is really, really silly. Yep. I built an aerodynamic ship a couple times. And then I stopped. So. The Mech Queen. Cycles remaining 6. Cycles remaining. All right. So when Experiment wakes up, we'll go drop pod that map. And we will try to get the Persona Core. After that, we'll make... After that, we'll get prepared for the ship launch. Yeah, especially if it has biotech. Yeah, I can't imagine someone with biotech would sell their Steam account for 12 bucks. Let's go Uber Shark. Welcome in. All the engines pointing in the same direction, at least. Yeah, I don't know. I usually make it so it's like a spinner, right? I was actually looking at it. I was like, man, should I have made that in the other direction? Because that way it spins out of orbit. Not so sure. Do we have any more of these to do? I still have to try to take someone out back and murder them for Smurf science. DULLCHILD watching Get a Life Gamer. Alright, nice. Nice. How many do we want to send off this time? I usually just do one. We'll start with one. And just launches straight in the wall and just destroys the base as it goes. Off to a party. Mage, have fun at your party. Be safe. Enough timestamp for your release schedule. Won't be getting to any tonight. Oh yeah, no worries. They let me know, Mage. Like I said, it's all voluntary, so I just appreciate the help whenever you feel like you can do it, or whenever you can do it, or whatever. You know what I mean. But launch a baby into space as well. Experiment and a baby. Or what about just a baby? I'm not sure. COH. Ship parts add wells, yes. Yeah, I actually did power a colony with ship reactors once in my 20-year run. It is up on YouTube. They don't give a crap load of power, right? And they're very expensive, but yeah, you can definitely use it, especially when you're already at wealth cap, if you're doing like a long run or something like that. You'll probably see it pretty commonly as well on even like some late game like ice sheet or sea ice type runs. My 20-year run up on YouTube, I used a lot of them. I had like 30 of them. Experiment an important baby. Experiment in me. There, we'll do 3. We'll do 3. How we'll decide between the 3, I don't know. I don't know. Why so many? Every single one of them gives you power, so... back then, there were less ways to get power, and there wasn't a lot of geothermals on the map. It was a mountain map, and so each of these gives 1,000 watts of power. So, and on that 20-year run, I did something where I had a kill area that was like, literally, man, we did all kinds of stuff. It was a very long run, 20 years, right? So, we did like this ring of like each kind of turret, including the very expensive ones, like the uranium slug turrets and stuff. Yeah, we needed a lot of power to run all that crap and try it out, but... Your handlers keeps putting ambrosia in the prison cell. Me, experiment, and my important baby. So myself, my important baby, and experiment as our guard. Sounds pretty reasonable. Sounds reasonable to me. More reasonable than how I generally decide, so. Yoshi? Oh god, Yoshi. Rivers. I don't know how that would work. Actually, I probably won't send my... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. When we do launch the ship, if we get to launch the ship, I'm done with the save file anyway, but I was going to say all the mechs are going to go crazy when my Mechanitor leaves. So yeah, we need that Persona Core. Need that Persona Core. See the chaos afterwards. I doubt the ship's gonna get destroyed, but it's a bad guy all along. Become a Mechanitor, get all these mechs. We blast off into space and leave the mechs behind to kill everyone. While power down, I think so. Yeah, I think the lore behind it is that they reconnect with the mech swarm AI or whatever, and that controls them. And wild mechs don't need energy for some reason. Yeah, I won't have time today. Hopefully, I have time tomorrow. Hey, MORTARBABY has become an adult. MORTARBABY, you get arms. All right, aren't you excited, MORTARBABY? MORTARBABY literally hasn't had arms since like they were a day old. Let's see here. Great memory. Nice. They'll definitely be over 10 and stuff pretty soon, so. All right, a new miner. Shooting. Medical. Excellent. What's my bandwidth at? I think he's at 46. Way to go, MORTARBABY. You can get arms. Maybe we just give him drill arms. I can't make drill arms. I never found the tech print in this playthrough. Sad. Sad times. Okay. Yeah, let me double check. It's 45. Bandwidth at 45. MORTARBABY. I kind of don't want to give MORTARBABY a different name. Dr. Drill Arm sounds scary. It does sound scary. We've had that before, though. I don't want to rename MORTARBABY. I'm attached to that name. It's... Do drill arms work on deep drills? Yes. All right, Mortar Man just doesn't have the same ring to it. All right, MORTARBABY. Operation. Saw bionic arm left shoulder, bionic arm right shoulder. Nice. The MORTARBABY mythos is legendary. I still can't believe that happened. It's really nuts. For anyone that doesn't know the story behind MORTARBABY, well, it's not much of a story, but right after MORTARBABY was born, we put them in a crib and we got a siege, and the siege literally just bullseyed MORTARBABY from across the map with an explosive, with a mortar, and blew off both of its arms and destroyed its one of his lungs. Destroyed one of the lungs. MORTARBABY, man. Have to train him to be a grenade thrower or mortar operator now. The second Mechanitor, can you transfer a mech from one to the other? Yes, you can. Yes, I actually figured that, or found that out yesterday when I was working on some guide stuff. Yes. You can change who's controlling them. My well cap, yeah, I've been at raid cap for a long time, yeah. Yep, quite a while. Experiment, are you almost done? 65%. Rosankian, you better not screw this up. Imagine MORTARBABY dying during the surgery. How do they get their arms back? I'm giving them bionic arms. There's one. There's, oh, both of them actually. So yeah, bionics, yep. MORTARBABY. Nice job, MORTARBABY. Nice job. Way to go, surviving that mortar when you were 1 day old. And now you're 13. Grown man. In a cataphract helmet. Get up so I can give you this gun. Almost done with this run. Yeah, probably tomorrow. We'll probably see the credits or die tomorrow, I imagine, so. Yeah, once we have the ship built, I'll build some more stuff like that, yeah. 13 years, a baby, so a child right now, default, you can change it, you can make it faster or slower, but default right now, it takes 1 quadrum, so 15 days. 15 days for a child to grow 1 year. So every in-game RimWorld year, a child actually grows 4 years. Yeah, I know, I have overproduced rice, yeah. Come on, experiment. We gotta go. MORTARBABY still on anesthetic, performing surgery with his new bionic arm. This is the first thing he's ever done with arms. Literally, he's never done anything else in his life. He gets his arms, he immediately goes to do surgery on a prisoner. He lost his arms when he was like 1 day old. Now he's a grown up. The baby saga begins. All right, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Can a vampire go back to a non-vampire pawn? I don't know. Like with the germ, the xenogerm stuff, maybe. I don't know though. I have no idea. You got Apocryphon with an EMI mech cluster. Yeah, toxic fallout. Ouch. He learned medical with no arms, yeah. I've never actually done this, but they say the arms do most of the work. They are bionics, after all. Should be possible with a different xenogerm. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wasn't 100% for them. Harvesting blood for medical XP is crazy. Yeah, with passions right now, harvesting blood gives 3,000 experience, medical experience. Arms gone. So we are literally just waiting on Experiment be over his death rest to go get this, go do this raid and then finish off the shit. Infinite chemreactor, 6 advanced components, 600 silver, 16 days of toxic fallout. Is it worth it? I mean, if the toxic fallout isn't going to do anything to you, that probably is. Like, the chemreactor doesn't make a lot of chem fuel, but it does make it for nothing. So it is kind of nice to have. It just pumps it out. It's my least favorite of the 3 like rare Arco-Tech base game structures, probably. But it's not bad. So if you're already set up in a way that toxic fallout it doesn't matter to you, then I would probably do it. But yeah, it's up to you. Now you might have a problem, like if you have an off map thing you have to deal with while the toxic fallout is going, or something like that. Can muddy it a little bit. But are all pig people the same, or all vampires the same? At the moment it seems like outside of traits and things like that, and like cosmetically, like hair and whatnot, they are, yeah. You have an off map sunblocker also. Nice. You have darkness. Okay, we're gonna refill our steel coffers, so to say. Grab a little bit more uranium. Pig people with natural reduced manipulation. Yeah, I actually have a pig person with reduced manipulation. That's one of our main doctors, which is not ideal, but that's just what we were given early, so that's what I went with. Let's go to IVAX. Welcome in. Oh yeah, thank you. I really want to complete this journey before I go. Come on, experiment. You gotta be close to being done. I don't wake you up early because I don't want you to get a debuff here. You need to wait for him to heal before you harvest all his organs. He's more likely to die if you harvest organs and do surgery on him before he's fully healed. But yeah, unwaveringly loyal. They also fixed the exploits where you could still recruit them. So yeah, either send them back for goodwill or take their organs, take their blood. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know if bionics remove the, because it's a gene, right? Yeah, it makes sense that they would, but I'm not sure. I haven't tested it. Yeah. This is going to be pretty risky. Pretty risky. God, I hope we don't lose here. Hope we don't lose. Draw mats on blocker still working for you. Darkness beam, a static. Garland trees, moss, don't need light either. Good, yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I wasn't sure about them. I knew about animate grass, but a pond that has. Oh, I read that. Yep. Oh, this is gonna be risky. Look at all the lag with them trying to load up. Holy crap. What time is it? 16:40. Oh, that's my real time. That's my real time. Oh crap! I was supposed to wait till night. I don't want to have them just sitting there. I'll put them in there at noon. Whoops. There's only 9 enemies. Let's just do it. We have shooting. Like we have like 4 shooting specialists. We should be all right. All right, here we go. All right. This is our colony now. Don't worry, I'll cook. I'm not good at it, but I'll do it. Oh god. Drop at edge was not super kind. Okay. Easy peasy. They missed a couple shots they had, so we're good. Should we have that persona core? There we go. Head on home. See you in a day. See you in a day. The orange, it wasn't a barrier. That was combat command from the leader. It's an ideology skill or ideology. I don't know what you call it. Ability that the leader has. So with that plus shooting specialist, we had enough accuracy even during the sunlight. Oh, that was starting to itch. Yeah, it was pretty fast. Wasn't bad at all. I just gotta hope the space doesn't get attacked while they're on their way home. What do you do with the Persona Core? The only thing you can do with it, make the ship computer. You could grab the Mechanitor item on the way. Maybe I'll at least go look at it. I want to drop this off first. I want to make sure we don't lose the Persona Core, you know. Because if we do, then I'm gonna have to go get more silver, and then we're gonna have to, you know, trade for a spot again, and all that mess. Tynan buff the amount of components mined from combat machinery. Not that I know of. No. Probably got 5 from one. That doesn't seem right. 5 from a single tile? Yeah, something's weird there. You sure it wasn't that it just stacked with one that had fallen from another one nearby? Because otherwise, yeah. Either a bug or a mod thing or whatnot. But if you mine 2 that are close together and you got a good proc on one and a normal proc on the other, they could have combined. Caravan. Well, I mean, if I go there with someone, I kind of want to do it with someone I don't care about, but we'll see. How do you have so many shooting specialists? Multiple ideologies? No. You can have as many specialists as you want. There's no limit. So, the only ones that are limited is leader and moral guide. You can have as many of the other specialists as you want. Yeah, they're not. It's not a limit. As long as they meet the requirements, you can have 50 shooting specialists. Yeah. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. A lot of people don't know. Yes, you can have multiple shooting specialists, multiple. The only ones you can't have multiple of is the leader, and leader and moral guide. The actual specialists you can as many as you want. But you can only have 2 types of specialists per ideology. You only have 2 types, so you can have as many of those in your colony as you want. Yeah, we have like, I try to get as many shooting specialists as I can. You have to make all your Hussars shooting specialists? Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a pretty common thing, I think, Dots. I've been asked it a lot. John, the farm boy. Whatever, John. Catatonic doesn't matter to me. You can still get blood while you're catatonic. Shims, 39 months. Shims, very much appreciated. That's a long time. Thank you, Shims. Glad you're still around. Yeah, be quiet, baby. Uh-oh. There's... I sent the mother away, and she's the only one that can feed the baby because I don't have any baby food. I don't have any cooks, so I really need to get back with that milk real quick. Someone feed the baby? No one can feed the baby. I forgot that was Arilla's baby. Make baby food. I just explained I don't really have... I didn't leave any cooks behind. Oh god, DULLCHILD, don't make food. DULLCHILD, please. This is not your purpose. Have some blood. Malnourished. Someone call the RimWorld CPS. Could build their growth vat. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. Crypto sleep. Could do that too. But instead, we're gonna have Arilla run. She's running. If it gets to the point where it's dying, I'll put it in there. Night's coming. Are they gonna make it? Tomorrow for CPS to get to the planet. They made it. Alright, really, you should probably go feed that baby. My child, sick baby, is unhappy. First RimWorld run almost done. Almost. She's on her way. Who's going to space this run? I think me, a baby, and a vampire. I think me, a baby, and a vampire are going to space. Yeah, I'm sorry, Brunarg. We had some like 3-year-old, 7-year-old, I think it's 7-year-old child run in and start cooking food just because I forgot to set them not to, which is no fault of my own. But Adam, you just said of no fault of my own. No fault of my own. Three mechs and a baby. He'd watch it. MORTARBABY isn't a... No, that's not the baby that's going. My baby's going. The only one that I gave birth to. You might say, what baby did you give? The one that's obviously named Important Bab. Come on. Don't be silly. You want to see the mechs go rogue? Yeah, I will. Yeah, after the credits, I'll see what happens. That's one reason why I want to launch mine, actually. Makes me mech the cam before I launch. Execute to order 66. Unearth the pods, it doesn't matter. You can literally have the whole thing roofed after you build it. It doesn't matter. You can even roof this, which it says you can't. But even if you roof this after it's built, it'll still go. It doesn't matter. Can you shred the mechs maybe by the work queen? It looked like you could. Yeah, I think we did that early game. It's been a while though. But I think it'll show you if you go in. If you go into shred mech details, it'll show you what else is shreddable in here. Maybe you can't. I don't see it listed as a name. I don't know what they're called, though. No rips allowed on spaceships. We want our spaceship to go faster. I should have... Wait a minute. Guys, I've made a huge mistake. You can't paint the ship. Tynan, I want a refund. Not a refund for biotech for 1.4 that I didn't purchase. Tynan, I wanted my ship to go faster. I wanted to paint it red. 0 of 10. I'm gonna go change my 4,200 hour thumbs up on Steam to a thumbs down. Can't paint my ship.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Here's your $0 back. Tynan, for God's sake. Why I always like this? Hey, you missed so much the stream. No worries. Welcome in, Meme Lord. Thank you for being here now. Let's go on Liger. Rick, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the resub. How do you get loved ones to attend the birth? So I think it's in that menu. You click them. So there's a limit to how many. I think there was either 4 or 5. So you go into the baby birth menu, which is kind of weird to say, and down at the bottom where everyone is, you click on them and it'll bring them up to the top, and then they will participate. game where you can harvest children, vampire organs from a slave farm, but cannot paint your spaceship red. That's right. Favorite candy? Just actual candy, not chocolate. Let's not include chocolate. Favorite candy. There's a couple, right? But there's only one I have right now. There you go. There you go. I don't really eat candy. I try not to, and I didn't for like several years, and I don't buy candy. And then every now and then my wife will get me that because she knows I really like it. And I'm like, why have you done this? And then I'll eat them all. Favorite shit? Lose your mind. That would be really crazy, yeah. Hashtag ad. Sour gummy worms, sour punch straws, and jelly bellies are pretty high on my list. Those things are evil. I kind of have it's not really a story, but so like I said, I try not to have stuff like that because if I buy it, obviously I'm going to eat it, right? I like them. They're minor. But anyway, the story, I guess, would be that about 2 years ago, my wife bought me a huge bag of them. I know it's a pyro, yeah. My wife bought me a huge bag of them, and I put them in a like giant Tupperware bowl over here with a lid on it. And I was doing some work. I don't remember what I was working on, editing stuff, doing something. But I had them open, and I was just eating a few, right? And I wasn't thinking about it. And my wife came in, and she goes, "Oh my God, how many of those have you eaten?" And I turned, and I'd eaten like 3 pounds of sour gummy worms. And I was like, oh no, because I was just like mindlessly doing it. It was just literally right next to my mouse. And I was just like, just editing for like hours. And I'd eaten like 3 pounds of gummy worms. And it wasn't good for my stomach. But anyway, so I stopped putting snacks in the stream room. So no more snacks in the stream room. But every now and then, Mod Wife will buy me something. Hey, we have a war queen. Release the war urchins. They'll be gone. It's not negotiable. Yeah. Slightly messed up jelly bellies. Really? Belly flops. I didn't know about that, North. Send me the link. That's why I have too much fluff mass around your waist. Food poisoning major. Yeah. How much excess power do we have? Name the War Queen. Maybe the War Queen should have been named after rivers. Bucket. That's perfect. Bucket. See the days are in the engine. No, I'll do that in the morning. Yeah, I'll do that in the morning. No, just bucket. Yeah, I didn't know about that, North. Huh. Rivers is our fabricator. Yeah. Rivers is our fabricator. Yeah, Rivers is still there. He lives on. He lives in you. Blah, blah. Oh, I didn't even have that, plugged in. Was that like, what was that? Lion King 2? I haven't seen that in forever, but I still remember that song. What I do for toxic waste bags, I dump them on other bases. He watches, so that's right. Then it says these African words that I'm not gonna. You know, to me, it always I always get it wrong. I'm end up saying things like "Hey yo," "Hey Nabisco," stuff like that, which I know is not right. Probably like offending some Swahili people or something. It's not Swahili. But anyway. Wow, belly flops. Huh. So the belly flop thing, well, $23.99. I thought they were supposed to be cheaper. Is that cheaper than normal belly or jelly bellies? I haven't bought jelly bellies in a long time, to be fair, but it is in Lion King too. Okay. It's in both. Controlled enough where you can actually get this far in the game. Yeah, but right now I'm just dumping toxic waste on my enemies, so. How do I deal with drop pods? So the active turrets pull aggro, and I just run out of one of the myriad doors, and we just fight small groups at a time, basically. And sometimes we just die. You seen the musical? What shall I just be? I remember that, yeah. Two pound bag. Oh, okay. $12 per 2 pound bag. We should go check out. Yeah, I wanted one, like, maybe we'll send Yoshi there for Yoshi's last ride on that neighbor. Yeah, that is one of the great tragedies. The great tragedies. That little punk kid's Simba wishing he could be king, and then his dad dies so he can become king, and then he runs off, doesn't do it anyway for a long time. What a jerk. So maybe we send Yoshi just to look there, and then like, let's send what is, wait, hang on. What does Get Alive Gamer have? I know there are brawlers we haven't used. All right, Yoshi. But that's gonna have to wait for tomorrow, I think. I think that's gonna have to wait for tomorrow. All right, we'll finish listening to this song. Pretty much a requirement, so. It's the Yayo song. You ever seen Broadway for Hunchback? I've only ever seen one Broadway show my senior year. No, it was junior. So our high school was very small, very small. My graduating class was like 20 kids, and some of those were from a different school that they bust in to graduate. Anyway, the point is, we had a junior senior trip. So for the junior senior trip, we actually went to New York City, and we watched Beauty and the Beast, like literally on Broadway. Beauty and the Beast. It was pretty awesome. So I've only seen one Broadway show, but it was literally on Broadway. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. One of the really insane things was how massive and crazy the sets were and how fast they changed them. It was pretty unreal. Sweeney Todd musical. How do ancient dangers affect wealth? Counted on spawn or opening or on claiming? So it's in the wealth guide, but basically when you open it, the items you see in there count immediately. And the answer for the other kind of stuff, depending on the item or structure, is that it depends. But that stuff is in the wealth guide. I think there's a timestamp for it, Fathom, if you want to go straight to it. But yeah, as soon as you see the items in there, they immediately count. So like, you destroy a wall and you have like cataphract tech print, that's immediately adding wealth as soon as you can see it. Go directly to Rotten. That's Scaria. So Ruination, about 2 years ago, they added something in the game called Scaria, where on losing his fun, 82% of manhunters instantly rot. So that's what's causing it, Scaria. Does Singularity Box still work? Yes, it still works. It's right here just to show that it still works. It even works against bosses, so yes. You're behind the times? Yeah, that was added with royalty. It was... Scaria was added with... Well, it was added in the patch after royalty, 1.2. It's about 2 years ago, yeah. But that's alright. You can turn it off or turn it down in the custom storyteller settings if you want. And by default, it's lower, the lower difficulty you go. Start just at your first Diabolus. We just got our first War Queen named Bucket. Release the war urchins, man. Yeah, that's a good point. We should have said with a claim flag, yeah. Does it make a difference if you roof the kill box or not? Yes. You want it to be dark where the enemies are because darkness slows down humanoid raiders. You want it to be, unless you have the darkness meme or precept, you want it to be lit where your people are because it increases their movement speed and their mood. It does not impact aim. Unless you have darkness precept or meme, darkness and light don't matter for your aim. So you want it to be dark where the enemies are, specifically for human raiders. It doesn't do anything to mechs and animals, so that it slows them. Release bucket. Doesn't have a very ominous tone. Release the bucket. Give them the bucket. No, I don't think any way you put bucket doesn't sound very crazy. Yeah, no problem, Cashy. Thank you for being here. All right. Well, as much as I hate to do so, and I wanted to get a couple more things ready here, we, or I at least, need to wrap things up. And then tomorrow we'll see about launching that ship. Launch that ship. Oh, you have to have a control sublink first. Didn't realize that. Also, let me test this. Remote shield. All right. Where are our little Minotaur armies? It's pronounced bouquet. All right, so let's look at the remote shield or remote. Yeah, there we go. Personal defense shield onto a mech. Man, I was really hoping it would give all of our mechs shields. But you can get up to 5, right? I wonder if it just makes the shield better or if it... I'll have to read. How far does that shield actually extend? Let's see. Wow, that's actually not great. I think the range is increased with it, but I know you can extend the reach on the repair, but maybe take a look at the shield one and see what all it says. Implants, blah, blah, blah. Mechanitor must continuously focus. Placing a shield at a distance requires a substantial amount of focus energy. It can be used to save a mech in a critical moment. The implant can be self-installed. This implant can be installed up to 3 times to increase range and energy. So it's only a 3 one, not a 6 one. And it's still only to 1 mech. I wonder how much that absorbs. I would like to see if a tier 3 remote shielder on like the War Queen or something will absorb a Doomsday. Infinite? I don't know. Dinner's almost done. I was about to wrap things up, but first we're gonna kill these. Good timing. Oops, all Scythers. It's only 58. Only 58 Scythers. That's some Winston Waves talk. Settle down. All right. Oops, all Scythers. Our Toxifier generator is good. They seem to be pretty good, yeah. So a Toxifier generator plus a pollution pump is 1,200 watts of power, which is pretty good.
$5, Buster.
Zonic, thank you for the 5 bits. Thank you, Zonic. For which shit also. Much love to Zonic. Yeah, if you have a way to deal with the bags after you get them, then it's absolutely worth it.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sun.
Papa Death. We're just talking about Papa Nurgle earlier. Now we got Papa Death. Papa Death. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you for using that here. You can probably get out of there, Chad. I actually think we have so much firepower that we can just do it this way. I really think that's the case. Gotta check something here. Yeah, we are safe from friendly fire at that setup. Okay. Hopefully I'm right. What map size is this? 325, which is bigger than what I usually use. Hopefully I'm right. Remember Yoshi's friend? Yoshi had friends? Still the War Queen. I want to use her again. I'm not sure if it would work very well against these ones, but... All right, Sacrifice Chase. Forgot their name. I think we're good, guys. I think we're good. Your sedative is kicking in. Darkness, pretty good. Pretty good. Have I tried the new tox generators in a killbox yet? No, I have not. I smell food. I don't remember what I'm having for dinner tonight. What am I having for dinner? Smells like meat. Sorry guys, see you later. I gotta go eat. I'm actually starving my character. I'm gonna go back to work. I know I'm just getting shooting experience. The reason why I have all of them there. These ones can go though. Just getting shooting experience on everyone. Alright, seems alright. Seems pretty good. I don't think darkness works with the mechs. Yeah, because it works on your ideology, and the mechs can't be an ideology. I haven't tested it. Could be working, and I don't even know, but I don't think it does. Oh my god, these babies need to stop growing up and deciding they're gonna start doing these jobs that I don't want them to do. Cut it out, babies. Assault rifles that good? Assault rifles are very good, yep. We have like all masterwork pretty much. We have a legendary and most of the rest are masterwork. And then we also have shooting specialist, and we have darkness, precept, and meme. We have a sun blocker. Like, we have so much going on that yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty stupid. Pretty insane. When in-game mech raid is just shooting experience, it's probably time to launch ship. Yeah, that's exactly why I built it today, yeah. How'd you miss the name when it got in? Pog farting. Yeah. I talked about that one a little bit when it got in too, yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it. I'm gonna wrap things up. I gotta run and eat. I gotta work on some videos, and then I'll be back to launch the ship tomorrow. Tomorrow we win or we die. So let me save this for anything else happens. Marine helmet, masterwork marine helmet. Nice. All right. I'll be in that recording. I'll tell you guys a little something before I head off.